This is Tara Devil from Tarabuster, Unapologetic Liberal Talk. Well, we had some good news this week. I'm sure you heard the COVID-19 vaccine's been 100% approved by the FDA. Exactly. It's good news. All right, calm down. Which leaves me to wonder what the next excuse is going to be when the COVIDiots refuse to take the vaccine moving forward. And you know it's coming. This is how we know that the Republican Party is a cult. All right? Because when normal people get new information, you adjust your ideology, right? Not so the Republican Party. Because truth has a liberal bias, and it inevitably catches up to Republican bullshit. This is what happened. I mean, and the Republicans, what do? They don't adjust their ideology. They just move the goalposts and fix the facts around the policy. That's how you know it's a cult. And so since the vaccine's been developed, we've endured the excuse that the COVIDiots are not taking it because it's not FDA approved. It's not 100% FDA approved, and they don't know what's in it. And the corporate media constantly checks in with these people and gives it legitimacy, really. They don't critically break them down or break down their stupidity. That's what we do here. Because here's the thing that I find curious. So they're not taking the vaccine because it's not FDA approved, supposedly. Well, we all know how. Oh, they don't know what's in it. We know how health conscious they all are. I mean, these are the same people that subsist on McDonald's chemical-riddled corpses that they shove in their gullets. I don't think they've ever asked what's in the chemical. What are the chemicals? Of course not. But suddenly they're all health conscious. Okay, that's part of the excuse. The other part is that the FDA hasn't approved it. Now I find this curious because this is the small government crowd, right? They hate government, and but this is the thing. So this is the government that the founders fought a revolution to entrust to us, to create and entrust to us. They want to take that government and shrink it and drown it in a bathtub. That's that's the government that's filled with deep state operatives, right? Some of whom are running a pedophile ring out of the basement of a pizzeria that doesn't have a basement. So they could kidnap children and harvest adrenochrome from them, which can only be harvested from children who are suffering. This is how sick they are. And you can only harvest it from children who are suffering, and so they could give it to Hillary Clinton, who is using it as a fountain of youth. Okay? It's exhausting. And this is how sick they are. Also, have you seen Hillary Clinton? I mean, I'm not trying to shame her. I'm no hot model type myself, but come on. She's a grandmother. She didn't find the fountain of youth. I mean, if she's taking adrenochrome, it's not working. Either that or it doesn't exist. What do you think? Well, this is the same crowd that the corporate media checks in with sincerely, right? But they never call them out on the utter hypocrisy and the fact that their mind is nothing but the cognitive dissonance meeting the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's goddamn exhausting. But they never call them out for the bullshit. But here's the thing. Here's what's going to happen. So we had to endure that. Because I feel like we're being dragged through. We're constantly being dragged through Republican manias, and the corporate media latches on, and we all have to go for the ride. We have actual work we have to do, like overcoming and getting through this pandemic together, alive, right? But I'll tell you what the next excuse is going to be, and this excuse Oh, don't worry. The corporate media will report the excuse, will and won't critically unpack it as we will. But here's the excuse. The next excuse for not taking a vaccine that the COVIDiots will use is they don't like mandates. That's it. That's going to be the one that they will hold on to that one. They could ride that to the another 600,000 are dead. And that one has legs. Yeah, they're going to say they don't like mandates. They're fighting for freedom. Right? But I contend you're not fighting for freedom. You're fighting for freedom. D-U-M-B. Ask everyone who never got polio what they think of freedom. And Republicans are fond of saying freedom isn't free. Well, they're right. And this is where you pay up. We're not asking you to storm the beaches of Normandy. You know, we're just asking you to take a vaccine that over 4 billion human beings have already taken. It's not that big a deal. And in fact, it might actually help save your country. It might. You know, we're in this together, pledging your lives, fortune, and sacred honor to each other. I wonder if the founders would have taken a vaccine. If that pledge included taking a vaccine. Of course it did. Because we all know that, now that this story, everybody's talking about the vaccine and how these idiots won't take it. Well, George Washington mandated vaccines, for the entire Continental Army. And we could say that this country wouldn't even exist without a vaccine mandate. So, because the fact is, the British were engaging in biological warfare against that. And well, we did the same to them, as we did to the Native Americans, infesting blankets with smallpox. The British were doing that to us as well. So George Washington mandating vaccines for the entire Continental Army that was already hanging by a thread. Now, for those who understand and know American history, this country was, everyone who lived in the United States or in the colonial not United States was not a patriot. They were loyal. There were many loyalists among them. Like, if we went back in time with the same crop of conservatives, they would be the loyalists. They're the loyalists. But the fact is, this country wouldn't even exist without a vaccine mandate. So you could say that, a vaccine mandate helped create America. And that vaccine mandates might be as old as the United States, but unfortunately, stupidity is a lot older. I would have to say stupidity has vaccine mandates beat by millions of years. So all I got to say is enough is enough. Take the damn vaccine. If you don't do it, you're not a patriot. If you don't have a legitimate reason, like if taking a vaccine is going to pop your eyeballs out or something, you're not a patriot. Patriots do their duty. And in the middle of a crisis, we all have an obligation to each other. Take a vaccine, wear a mask, shut your mouth. We stick together, we win. And we will win. We're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, democracy. Hit that like and notification bell so you will know when we go live, and you can hang out with the Tarabuster chat room community, who are great, amazing patriots. And we will win. My name is Tara Devlin. Get the damn vaccine. I'll see you soon.